Welcome, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. You're listening to the soothing sounds of the Hombu Dojo Podcast, coming to you from Dublin 6. Yummy.
Hola, ¿cómo está?
That was the sound of Juan doing his polyphonic singing, which is another of his several skills.
¿Cómo están? Hola.
Hola.
How are you, mates?
Oh, very good, very good. Very happy to have you.
Yeah.
Juan is back in the dojo.
It's very good. I'm very glad to be back at Dublin after 2 years. Have been a while. So I met with Scott Sensei a couple of times, maybe with you also, and with all of you in Denmark. But I haven't been back for a couple of years. So it's very nice to see everyone again, and
It's 2 years since you were in this dojo.
Pardon?
It's 2 years since you finished your internship here.
Yes, 2 years ago. Actually,
It feels like forever. Feels like
I don't know.
forever.
It's a long time, enough time to do quite a few things, but also went very, very fast. Very fast.
So Juan is here because we had a seminar yesterday with Rick Houghton Sensei. Excellent as always. Did you have a good time?
Yeah, I enjoy it. Actually, I met Rick Sensei in Denmark, so I decided, okay, I want to train with him more often. So I decided to join the seminar here in Dublin, which was very nice. Very good highlights and ideas to work on later on. So maybe we will have him next year in Barcelona. So you're all invited to visit sunny, beautiful Barcelona.
Barcelona. Yeah, sure, man. I'll go.
I practice my Spanish. Yeah.
Yeah, you should.
Hola, Juan. Hola.
Okay, so 2 years. What have you been doing karate-wise for the last 2 years?
Well, I have to say, when I left the dojo after the 10 weeks of the internship, I have a huge back pain.
Oh.
So I took a rest for a couple of months, doing just swimming very lightly and walking in the mountains, as I really like to go.
Is that from sleeping on the futon, is it?
Yeah,
Sleeping
I suppose training had to do also something. But and after that, I didn't train that much for maybe 6 months. But when I went back to Barcelona, I recatch and I start training back again, like 3 hours or 2 hours, 2-3 hours for the weekdays for almost 1.5 years.
2-3 hours every day?
Yeah, it's except for Saturday and Sundays.
Yeah.
From Monday to Wednesday to Thursdays, and Friday maybe one more. Yeah, so 2 hours. So basically, I was working and training for 1.5 years.
Yeah. Nice. So, like most people, I think when they leave the internship, they don't train to the same intensity as they do when they're immersed in the dojo. Because it's easy to train hard in the dojo because that's all you can do in the dojo. You're training every day. What have you been doing to maintain that intensity, to keep improving? Because you've improved a lot in 2 years. Like you can see the progression. It's very, very nice to see. What's your thoughts on training? What have you been doing?
Yeah, thank you, mate. Well, as I was teaching kids 4 days a week, from Monday to Thursday, so I usually enter the dojo a little bit earlier, do some things, then teach 1 hour to the kids, keep training until the other classes start. So one of the things that you learn when you come here, or I learned when I came here, is that you can understand many things, conceptualize many things, but physically you have to perform them, and you have to do it, and you also have to break this physical barrier, which is actually stopping to perform something that you already seems to be understanding. So the physical part, or breaking this wall of physical performance, was actually one of the things that allowed me to keep working. Yeah. And also motivates you because you realize that you can do more things, and this is nice.
Yeah.
You feel you can
Good
do
feeling.
something, so you try to investigate, you explore, which is nice. And try to enjoy my practice, I usually see people beating themselves up too much and try to seek, approval or to pursuing a goal very obsessively. And I don't work that way.
Yeah.
So I just try to enjoy it. I learn a few things here, many of them that I try to recatch them. Maybe seeing the DVD Karate Principles, which is I think is a very good tool. And yeah,
For the DVD.
You're in the DVD.
Yeah. Superstar.
So yeah,
Available on Amazon.
try to work the same things that I work here back in the dojo, and try to not lose this understanding in a conceptual way, but also the physical way. Yeah.
Nice. Very good.
What's the Japanese for that? Martial study and bunbo rudo, something like that.
Yeah, I don't think it's the same concept that I'm talking now.
Okay.
But I mean, studying, you have to study in a way. Yeah, I have been doing a lot of mental training in the sense that I see videos and I try to reproduce themselves again in my head. So if I like, for example, you discussed a few podcasts or last podcast that is in line now. You discuss you name it a version of Osaka Sensei doing Goyo Shiho show, which is beautiful. I like it very much. So maybe I try to see the video a few more times, and then reproduce that in my head. Then go back to the tatami.
Yeah, visualizing, right? It's important. Yeah, it helps.
Yeah.
Cool.
It's good, man. Sounds good.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
So training, basically, you have to train. If you train, you more or less you.
So yesterday, I trained with Rick Sensei and training with him in Denmark. What did you take away from the course, man? What did you take away?
Well, one idea that he said, or I like it very much, is how many approaches can coexist. Yeah. So two big ideas I took from the course. So he spoke about Nishiyama way of punching and Asai Sensei way of punching, which are very different. The connection is way different, and they're oriented in a different way. Yeah. So how you can make those two approaches coexist and develop both, etc. And also how you relate yourself with the community and the organization and your mates, and how you actually enjoy your freedom as a karate, as a budoka. Yeah.
The thing I took away from this time was actually when we were talking at dinner. We were talking about how people lose the kind of, like, it's too physical, like karate becomes that physical process, and you lose the spiritual aspect of martial arts a lot. And I think that, like, and he talks about community, he talks about his own community, the Sunday Morning Keiko, and how he wants to build that and just be a sort of karate family, so to speak. And I think that this is a great example right here. You come back home, it feels like you're coming home to Dublin.
Yeah.
I think it's a very beautiful thing. Yeah, I understand what he talks about when we have karate friends over and stuff like that.
I really feel it.
Very nice. Yeah, very nice.
Really feel it. Yeah, coming here and seeing all the people, and when we met in Denmark, I felt so loved. By everyone, and I
That was a very lovey-dovey weekend when we weren't punching each other, wasn't it?
It was beautiful. I'm really glad that we were able to share, and we have the opportunity to share not only the moment, the venue, everything, but the grading also.
Yeah.
Three of us was, love you guys.
Very nice. Very nice.
Juan, well, we've said it on the podcast before, I'm pretty sure, but Juan graded to Nidan at the summer camp in Denmark. Die Bauernus to you, Juan. Congratulations.
Same for you guys.
Very nice grading. Very nice.
Yeah, we did. Yeah.
My favourite bit was when I punched you. That was very nice.
My favorite one when I kick you.
Yeah. Very beautiful. Very beautiful moments. Very beautiful moments. And for those who don't know, Juan was the very, very first intern that we ever had in the dojo. Rue, you've done the internship yourself. Mm-hmm. I want to know, what is the best intern moment and the worst intern moment from both of you? Best moment from 2 years ago in Dublin.
Best moment in the dojo, I think, will be the moment that you realize. I mean, for me, it's different. Maybe for you, Ru, because I come from abroad. Yeah. So the moment that I realized that I made good friends.
Aww.
God, That moment was beautiful, very nice.
Yeah.
And the worst is Neil coming in the mornings.
Yeah.
Of course, yeah.
Yeah.
Neil, sorry mate,
It's
but
everyone's
awful.
worst. Everyone's worst is Neil, yeah? What was your best
I don't
moment?
know. I'm not sure about best. I know what my worst is, and it's not actually that bad. But obviously there's intense training, and there's a bit of pain that goes along with that. When you're recovering or in training, when you're getting punched or whatever. But one time during your kumite class on a Wednesday evening, you had me pulled up as uke, and you were saying that I was going to attack Kizamazuki. And so there I am standing with in kamai, so my left hand is in front. And you started tapping my hand every time. You're tapping my left hand. You're going, so who's going to come in with this hand? Tap. All right, and when he comes in, this hand, tap my hand. And I'm screaming inside because I'd just broken something from hitting the makiwara too much. And to this day, there's stuff that moves around inside my knuckles that isn't supposed to move around. And I was just trying to keep a straight face while you were just tapping my hand like that. This is the fist that's going to come. This one, this hand right here. Just keep hitting it. Were you doing that on purpose?
No. I would never do something like that.
But you keep the elegance.
Oh, yeah,
Everything that
yeah.
you do should be
I was
looking
screaming
elegant.
on the inside.
Yeah.
Was it, AJ says I said this, but I'm sure AJ said the secret to being tough is not complaining about it.
Yeah, of course.
That's the
Not
secret to
complaining
being
is very
tough.
important. I mean, in life, in
The
training.
secret to being tough is just you don't say anything. You'll know. You know if he walks.
Tough people just don't complain, But the best moment was just... the best moment was the whole thing and how cool it felt to be living karate all day, every day for a full month.
Yeah.
And now it's my job, so that's awesome. But at the time, it was
Yeah. About time.
Hi. Oh, that's not
Thank you very
Ishmael.
much.
Welcome.
Coffee has arrived.
Thank you,
Juan's servants bringing us coffee.
Ishmael. Say hello.
Hi to everyone.
May I say hello?
Hello.
Hola, ¿cómo está?
We have some more Spaniards in the dojo at the moment. Ishmael is our intern. We'll talk to him on another. Will we talk to him on another podcast?
When he's earned it.
Yeah. We'll talk to him towards the end of his internship.
When he's earned it. Ishmael was adamant he wasn't going to train today. I was going to kill him.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. We had a very, very hungover session here in the dojo earlier on.
We had gradings, we had Rick Sensei, and then we went out partying. Singing. You missed it. We were singing The Hole in the Bog and the Bog Down in the
Yeah?
Valley. Oh, yeah.
Were we?
We not very well, but I can't forget it.
in the nightclub.
Yeah.
Oh my god. I don't remember much of anything last night.
And then back in the dojo training next day.
That's what it's all about, man.
That's it, man.
Yeah.
Last to leave, first on the floor. That's the way it should be.
You both,
That's the way it should
you
be.
both are good at that. I'm the first and leave, and maybe
I'm still learning. I'm still getting there.
Tommy Sensei is the master.
the master.
The
yeah.
master. The master.
I have to say I prefer the tap water.
The Irish tap water. Beautiful Irish tap water. So you're currently on a mission
Yes.
from God. Mission from God. You're on a mission to try and rediscover all the Asai Sensei kata.
Well, yeah, I try to gather some audiovisual resources for everyone to check in the blog, which is not, I don't know if it's a good idea because many of the links now are broken, so you cannot access many of the videos. But in the way of doing it, I discovered a lot of Asai footage and other people doing Asai katas. And was very inspirational, I think, for start looking for new ideas, new movement patterns, and etc. So now I'm trying to recatch the katas that I have been learning from the past 4 years, Asai katas.
Yeah.
Learning from Scott Sensei, from Frank Sensei, and other couple of instructors.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Nice.
yeah.
And do you not get frustrated though because Asai Sensei was famous for never he never done the same kata twice,
Twice, yeah.
It was always making changes, always different. So is it not very annoying trying to find that information and then he's doing it this way 1 minute,
Yeah.
he's doing it this way the other.
Well-
I think karate people go a bit crazy
Yeah.
over the details.
Yeah,
and
true.
I think the lesson is that for Rick said yesterday, Rick, no form.
Yeah.
No more form. Shut up.
Yeah.
But sensei, shut up.
Yeah, I think as I send a very clear message is do it in your way.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is what I do. You can take whatever you want. Try to understand what I'm trying to teach with this kata, but explore the kata, try it in different ways. And of course, if you post your performance, you will receive
Criticism.
a lot of it. Maybe for people that is first time that's seeing the kata, or maybe people that is very experienced and they have a very clear idea of what the kata is. But I think it doesn't matter on the end if you give fair opportunity to the opinion or the criticism. But the important thing, or the thing that I think is relevant is that you explore it by your own and you try to figure out what is in there.
Couldn't agree more.
Which is very fun.
It's your kata.
It's very fun.
When we were in Italy with Paolo Sensei, we were taught a kata called Genten by two different sensei working there, and they both did it quite differently.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was their own kata.
Yeah.
It was very nice. Good to see.
So not strings attached.
Okay, though he said that they were both really shit.
Yeah, because we brought it up then over lunch. I said, Emiliano Sensei does the kata quite differently to Fulvio Sensei. And he goes, Emiliano is very bad.
Fulvio, not much better. Two, number one, number two guys in the dojo.
Yeah, it's a fifth dan and a seventh dan.
It was very good. But so you've got these guys on hashtag Karate Adventures. You bring these guys over. Are you and Didac are putting on courses? You're going to have Rick Sensei next year. You've got Scott Sensei next year as well.
Yeah.
You had Simon Sensei.
Yeah.
Is there you have more plans to travel more with these guys, to do more sort of dojo trips?
Yeah, I mean we try to encourage the whole group to join as many activities as they can afford, pay, go. Yeah, we have a couple of students coming to Kangeko.
Yeah.
Ishmael, Kangeko,
And,
Bear, Kangeko?
Maybe.
Maybe is not good enough.
Yeah, and Fa is coming every once in a while.
Maybe never
also.
bulled a cow.
Lovely Fa.
Lovely Fa.
Lovely Fa.
She's coming for Kangeko?
I don't know if this year he's coming, but he had come in the past.
Yeah.
You should come. It'll be great.
Yeah. Yeah, of course.
I hate Kangeko. I need lots of friends around me for Kangeko.
We'll do my best to bring people here.
Yeah, yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah.
It'll be a little bit easier with Juan here, yeah?
Yeah.
Anytime you're getting pissed off.
Yeah, 6 in the morning. Time for Budo
Right.
Karate.
This is Budo Karate.
The way his face changed there when he said it.
I mean, because it's Budo, you cannot have the same
you can't
face.
smile if you say Budo.
You can't say Budo without having a,
I remember
having a funny face.
when I just started karate with the age of 6 years, maybe. I have this instructor, which is Alejandro Castro, is now the president of the Karate Federation in Venezuela. Long career, Kanazawa group, very, very fine karate. And he was teaching us as a very small kid and say, encourage us to put a very fearless, fearful look. Put Shotokan face, a Shotokan face is
Cool.
going to kill your face.
Yeah.
So,
I'm going to try that on some of my students.
yeah, Shotokan face.
I tell them to do an angry face and they always end up laughing. Giggling. It's a little joke, It's good. Yeah.
So yeah, very good weekend. We discussed a lot about saikatas between us and
Yeah, we done some training there, yeah. You were showing me Kakyoku Nidan.
Nidan, yes.
I showed you some of what Paolo Sensei was teaching us in Italy. I watched you and Ruth fail at kumite drills.
Yeah,
And we got it eventually.
Yeah.
Fucking half an hour later, but whatever. Who am I to judge?
I am very, very hungover. Okay.
Yeah, you have no excuse, yeah?
I don't. I'm just bad at it.
Too much tap water. For you.
I do. Yeah, talking about excuses, one thing that I've been, talking with. I talked a lot of this with Elisabetta yesterday after his grading. Is excuses or blaming people from your progress or your karate. I think it's very important to take ownership of what you're doing and the result that you are getting, because instructors can give you many advices and they can help you out and wherever. But lately, you have to own your own development, and this is way more fun.
Yeah.
For me, it's way more fun because you can do whatever you want, and if you fail, it's your failure, and you can move on, change mine.
Yeah. It's different though when as the one downside to being part of organizations and stuff. Like I feel when I'm trying to make my karate my own, but I also feel like I am representing the organization, the HDKI. I'm representing Scott. I think it's like as much as I would like to have my own thing, but I think when people look at me, they look at, oh, this is the guy who works for Scott, who trains with Scott. This is like there is always going to be that aspect, so you have to be very I think sometimes you have to be careful that you don't go too far off the wrong way, because then it's like, well,
it is a wrong way.
Not the wrong way, but I think if you go too far away from the grain, you become
an outsider.
An outsider. It can be very, and that can be very shit.
Yeah, I mean, depending on what you're looking for or what makes you happy. I mean, it's at the bottom. Is at the end of it is you want to be happy practicing.
That's an interesting idea, right? So, because Juan is very much on a solo journey, and Rick talks about being on your path and stuff like that an awful lot, and there's a lot of that notion in his cartoons as well. That Holy Moly cartoon that he draws, it's this character on a constant quest.
Yeah.
But you have your dojo, you have your students, you have Didak, your sensei.
Yes.
Shout out to Didak.
Yeah, and before we go on, big shout out to Ellie and Katie for passing their gradings. It was just mentioned.
Us.
They both graded to Shodan yesterday. Deep bows and usses to you both. But what was I saying? Oh yeah! Whereas we, here in the dojo, Ross and I, with Scott, with AJ, with whoever else trains with us in the mornings and most evenings, we're all on our personal journeys, but we're also on the path together. If you know what I mean?
Yep.
And there's constant feedback, and not just feedback, not just feedback on our technique or on our karate, but for example, discussion and also motivation.
Exchange ideas.
Like you and I, we do sessions that aren't on the timetable. We train on Fridays with the big gloves. We trained today, which was just sort of ad hoc. You get what I'm saying, though?
Yeah. It's like there's being on a solo journey, but then there's also, I think you need to. The problem with being on a solo journey is that the more people, again, the more you isolate yourself. It can be a benefit as then you have no one to judge you. It becomes your own personal thing. You can then develop, and like you say, you take ownership for your own progression, which is very good. But then also if you go too far, you can then lose insight from other people, which is important to progression as well. Yeah.
Well, I have to say that I don't feel that I'm in a solo journey. I'm very surrounded of a huge community.
Yeah.
I feel part of this Dublin thing. Big friends in England also, and back in Barcelona, obviously, it's a beautiful family that I have there. But I mean, you said you have constant feedback, and I think this will give you more freedom actually, because if you're better and doing things, you actually have more a wider way, more opportunities, so more things to choose from. So it doesn't constrain your way of doing, more so likely to open it and widen it.
Do you ever worry about going against the grain too much when you train?
Against
the grain, like I do, to break away too much from because Shotokan is, what is it Scott says, Shotokan is the uniting language we all speak in karate, yeah?
Right.
So you can't, so if you go and then decide, I'm going to change my karate, so instead of doing something this way, I'm going to do it solely this way. You then disconnect from the Shotokan family the more you change.
Yeah.
So what do you do to make sure that you don't ostracize yourself too much?
Okay, so
Yeah.
Good. I mean, the 12 physical principles, very helpful to keep you in some kind of line that you're following. So if I try them always to go back to them. And I also have the sense that the Shotokan karate is very wide. So you can, I mean, you have Nishiyama.
Very wide.
Very wide.
I thought you said very white.
No, very wide. I mean, we're all wear white
We're all
doggies.
thinking it, but don't say it.
we do happen to be mostly white, but the dojo's in Dublin.
White bells, white doggies. What are you talking about? I don't get it.
Oh, I see. Okay, carry on, Juan. Shotokan is very wide.
Yeah, it's very white. So you can find many approaches to one thing. So you have
Yeah.
Both end of the
Spectrum, yeah.
yeah. So you have a Sai sensei, you have Kasa sensei. So totally different approaches to do things. So I think there is plenty of space for everyone to explore and to taste.
I agree. That's what I'm trying to do, a bit of soul searching myself with my karate just now. But it's difficult. It's one of the biggest challenges, I think, is to be in a dojo where you have to teach to a set standard and regime. You have to, when you're teaching kids, they have to, like say, follow the principles, but then they also have set goals, like when they grade for belts, training for competition. There's a set structure that needs to be followed in order for them to progress. And then you train under a sensei, like Scott Sensei. You need to do karate his way when you're in the class. Like you're in the class. I always think, no matter who's teaching, do karate the way they're asking it to be done. So then it becomes very difficult to find time to experiment and break away without colliding with the structure that is in place in the dojo.
Yeah.
It's quite tricky, I find, doing it myself, because you'll be trying something and then you'll get corrected. Oh, don't do it that way. What are you doing? Do it this way. That's the way you're supposed to do it. Idiot. Walk away and you're kind of like, yeah, I'm trying to... I'm playing,
Yeah.
So that's why it's a relief for me, like the grading that we had in Denmark. When that was out the way, I felt free. I didn't realise how much it was weighing on my head. My kata has to be perfectly like this. It has to be, And then when it's over, you're like, 5 years to just do whatever the fuck I want. Just do whatever. I can do anything.
I can do anything. Yeah.
It's a great feeling, yeah?
Yeah, I told Elisabetta last night, I say, you're in a best moment now, because now you just pass your shodan. Now you have time. You have the duty of explore many things, so enjoy it.
Yeah.
Please, because it's
great
beautiful.
feeling.
And as the same thing, you have to enjoy the seminar, then you have to enjoy your grading, then you have to enjoy all the time that you have until the next, thing that you have to face. Yeah, the horrible feeling.
Yeah. What were we talking about? Oh, after the grading?
Freedom! Yeah, to be free. After, like we're saying, to
Let your mind roam freely.
that freedom of being able to just play.
Yeah.
Enjoy karate, try things.
Scott's been on
experiment.
about that lately. It's number 6 of the Nijukun, isn't it? Let your mind roam freely. Be open.
What's funny? Because I said to him, I've never I think Scott Middleton used to do interviews, articles with people, little Facebook posts, like talking to someone, and he would ask them. One of the questions was, "What's your favorite Nijukun?"
Yeah.
And I was like, I've never even read it. Like, I don't know what it is. And and he's like, what are you going to... And Scott said, I don't know what to say. And I was like, well, do you read it? And he's like, do you care about it? He was like, no, not really. I've never done it. And I think that's what he ended up putting down. He's like, he's never really given it much attention. But the older he gets, because he's getting on a bit now.
You said it, man, not me.
He's getting on a bit now. He's starting to become a bit more whimsical.
He talks shite a bit more often, is what you're saying.
Yeah. He talks some shit.
Yeah.
He starts talking about the Nijukun. He starts, I've got a big list of quotes from him on my phone.
And some of it is, it's all really good stuff, obviously, but especially when he's on a big course, when we have people coming from abroad, such as the Spaniards, or people from other dojos and other organizations. They come around to train with Rick and to train with Scott. And then when Scott takes his class, he, it's a lot of, not the usual stuff, but I mean the usual format, as in there'll be a physical principle he's working on, there'll be something he's trying to get you to do physically, but then he'll gather everybody around and he'll have a nice monologue or two where he'll talk and he'll bring something up, such as he did bring up the let your mind roam freely thing yesterday in the course.
Yeah.
You weren't there for that class, were you?
Helping Rick with the kiddies.
Yeah, he did bring that up. He was talking about being open-minded.
That was funny, man. Yesterday, So Rick tried to get the kids to teach the kids how to tie their belts. He says when you come to karate, because I asked him at dinner, why do we wear a dogi? And he went to start talking about, just like you should practice tying your belt the same way you practice a punch. So he got all the kids to undo the belts, and there was about 7 little 5-year-old white belts, little tiny kids. They have no idea. They can't tie their own shoelaces, never mind the belts. So he's getting everyone to tie their belts, so I'm going round each kid, tie the belt, tie the belt, tie the belt. And he's like, okay, let's take the belts off again, we'll tie it again. I was like, for fuck's sake, tie the belt. I was going round tying all these kids' belts. Then he'd get them to take off again, we'll fucking tie the belt. I was going mental. I was like, you stop fucking doing this belt tying shit and do some karate, like. Oh, it's funny.
Well, yeah.
Parents were laughing. The parents were watching me just going, fuck, tie this belt, tie this belt, tie this belt. I get them taken off again and again. Never ending.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
That's his style, though. That's Rick. It's Rick all over. And what did he say when you asked him, why do we wear a dogi? Juan, why do we wear a dogi?
I don't know. They are very uncomfortable sometimes.
What's it Simon said? Simon says he said something.
But we discussed. Do you remember that we discussed about training naked?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's what he said.
So we went to this idea. I had never thought about it, and then we all were in the table discussing about how you make another connection if you're naked, and it's different. I never tried. I have to try it.
You don't have that crack of the dogi to worry about anything like that.
Yeah, you don't rely in this feeling that the heavy doggy does.
Yeah, it does feel.
Yeah, that's that. It was when we were at Tommy's restaurant.
Yeah.
Rick Sensei told us that he used to get up at 4 o'clock in the morning and spend about 2 hours training bollock naked, and that's an image that is firmly implanted in my mind.
Yeah.
And won't ever go away.
I'll show you the video one time. Yeah, but I think like he was talking about like in the class we're in the doggies, like he's saying like the reason that it's always it's always the left over right when you put your dogi on.
Oh yeah.
Left over right. It says because what's the name of the short sword?
Not the katana. The other one. I don't know.
Kodachi.
The what one?
Kodachi.
What?
Kodachi.
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 You mean the
short, the small sword, yeah?
the small no, tanto?
Tanto?
Yeah, I think that sounds right.
Whatever it was, a wee small sword, right? He said that they used to hide that in there. So it has to be left over right so you can reach in with your right hand and pull it out.
Okay.
Because most people are right-handed.
Okay.
So that's why it's on that certain way.
Okay.
And then it's like, and then the belt has to be below your belly. You wear the belt because it reminds you where your centre is.
Yeah.
Because it's got to be below your belly button.
Yeah.
And he's saying that's why we have the belt this way. And then it's got like because it's a traditional Japanese dress. So just like, a ballet dancer wears a tutu, just like a gymnast wears or wrestlers wear leotards or whatever. We wear dogis. It's just a traditional way of dressing for practice.
Yeah, I mean, karate has some part of artistic performance also. So for performance, you dressed up.
Yeah.
You dress for it.
I know that Funakoshi took it from judo, right? He took the belt system from judo anyway. Yeah. But I think maybe the white dogi was an idea he took from that as well. But modern karate was popularized, by Anko Itosu because it was introduced to the Okinawan school system, and then Funakoshi got it introduced to the school system in mainland Japan, and in school kids wear uniforms, so they've got to have a uniform for when they're doing karate as well.
Yeah.
So maybe that's why we wear a white dogi.
Yeah. It just looks cool, man.
It does also look very, very cool. Yeah, I love my dogi.
But only with black belts.
Yeah.
Yeah. It looks really stupid when you have like a green belt
Like a green.
or something like that. Yeah.
How long have you been doing karate, Bea?
1 year and a half.
Okay.
You can tell. Right?
How long till she gets her showdown?
Don't get upset. Don't get upset, me. I'm only
Don't worry,
joking.
give us a few years.
Yeah.
We'll come back here.
Did you start karate with Juan and Didak?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. You can tell that.
No, I've never met Didak. I don't know. I've never seen him do karate at all.
Yeah.
No. I've heard he's really good.
Very good.
I've heard he's also a very, very cool guy.
Yeah.
He's very cool. He's
Big
got
shout
this
out to Didak.
kick-ass Japanese tattoo
Yeah.
up his arm, and he's got the motorbike and the haircut and the swords, and so it's very cool.
He's actually he's now third dan on the Scott Sensei grading, and also third dan in Jodo, which is a traditional martial arts, which is fighting against the katana with a wooden stick. Very traditional. So he's very, very into training a lot of Jodo and teaching twice a week. He has a small group, a very enthusiastic, very constant group. So it's very nice. Hope you can meet Didak again. You know him.
Yeah.
He should come over
do.
for Kangeko.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tell him.
Yeah. Didak, get your ass over here.
Didak's head of HDKI Spain, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yes.
Cool.
Holding down the fort. And you guys just moved into a new dojo, yeah?
Yeah, we switched dojo. We moved from an Aikido dojo, several reasons, and we moved now to a gym. So we have a beautiful room full of mirrors, wooden floor.
So you can train
parquet,
naked
yeah.
and see your body. And
I suppose we can find a schedule for doing that.
Remember we were going to have naked yoga in the dojo. Did that ever happen?
No. Jesus.
Between you?
No.
Someone,
They were going to do somebody was looking for a space to do naked yoga.
okay,
They
okay.
approached the dojo asking, can we use the dojo for naked
it would
yoga?
be a good spot because it's not on the main road and there's no big windows and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's quite secluded. Like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's some crazy people out there.
Naked yoga.
That's a much stupider idea than naked karate.
Yeah. We done some naked karate in Kamakura.
in the sea.
In the sea, yeah. We did skinny dipping in
Yeah,
Kamakura.
how
We
was
done
that?
Yokogeris against the waves. It was very
Yeah?
good. Yeah.
Was it a very zen and mindful moment?
Absolutely,
like very
yeah.
serious?
Yep.
Yeah.
It was again. We got up at 4. It was about 4 in the morning.
Yeah.
And we thought we'll go and we'll do some karate in the
Budo
sea,
karate.
some budo karate in the sea. And we're doing yokogeris against the waves.
Now tell the story how it actually happened.
No, let's just say Ray Sensei is very persuasive.
When he's had a few drinks.
Well, we've all had a few drinks, yeah. It's just another karate adventure, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was good fun.
Yeah.
Do you know something?
What?
I think it's about that time.
I feel it coming on, man.
Yeah.
I feel a coming on.
Of the week. Juan Sensei, do you have any fails of late that you want to share with the beautiful people?
Fail of the week.
I'll let you think while I tell my fail. So,
please.
I was at dinner and we're playing a fun game with candles. And you have to punch the flame out. They punch the flame out, yeah. And I was with my good friend Juan. I was with all his nice friends from Spain. And one of his students, Bea, decided to join in the game. And instead of punching the flame, she just smashed the candle, and all the hot wax went flying through the air. Landed all over me, like all the way down my jeans. This was just before we were going to meet everyone for like a post-grading party. It looked like somebody had just had a big jizz all over me, man. It was horrible. Looked fine, all the way down my legs. I had to go home and change my entire outfit because, of course, the top, it was an ensemble, you know?
Yeah, it was an ensemble.
So I had to change my whole outfit, man. It was a fail.
Yeah, she'll never grade to show down.
No, if I'm around. I have anything to say about it. So that was my fail, getting candle wax thrown at me.
Yeah, good
from
one.
one of the
That's a
Spanish
good one,
students. Yeah.
I haven't thought of one yet. Have you got one, Juan?
Yeah, maybe because we were going to the seminar, so we relaxed a lot. Right at the moment, we have to look for a taxi. Impossible.
To find a taxi in Dublin, can you imagine not being able to find a taxi in
Yeah,
Dublin?
apparently.
Nothing but taxis in Dublin.
Apparently, there was a rugby game, so no taxi was passing by. No one was accepting the request on the app. So it took us like half an hour to actually get the first one.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So finally, I arrived late. The seminar is not yet started. So I just opened the door. I see a couple of people that I remember from being here in the dojo. So I started saying, "Hi, hello, hello, hello," and suddenly I hear, "Juan, got changed around quickly." So I realized, okay,
That's Scott, right?
yeah, Scott is saying, Rick is saying they were together. They're very ashamed. I don't want to be late. Yeah, it's fair, yeah.
Remind me of something stupid I did over the week.
Some stupid rude. God, where to begin?
Okay, so yesterday at the seminar, there was one of my students grading, and I was a little bit anxious about how he was going to get on. He didn't do much training over the summer, but he's good enough to go up. He was going up from a half grade red belt to a full red belt, so wasn't going to be a massive deal. But when he finished the kids session with Rick Sensei, I went and I grabbed him, pulled him aside, and I just went through a couple of things with him. Nice. And then when he and I went downstairs, everybody had gone into the main hall and everybody was bowing. Everybody was in Seiza and doing the big bow to say thanks to Rick and Scott for the course. And so he was there, and also little Grayson was there. So the two of them and me were stuck outside, and we're going, shit, we're late. And I was like, okay, boys, over here, stay with me, do exactly what I do, right? We have to go in, and we have to look very ashamed, we have to kneel down, and we have to bow, and we have to wait to be summoned back into the class, okay? And why do we have to kneel down, Sensei? Oh, it's a very, very serious course. We have to be very, very Japanese and serious, and we'll look very ashamed and do a big, deep bow, okay? Just do what I do, stick close to me, we'll be fine, okay? Don't worry. And I'm the one panicking, and I'm making them panic. And then, so everybody stood up, standing bow afterwards, everybody clap, oh thank you, and the next thing Scott just gets everybody okay, tall people at the back. He starts arranging the group photo, and I got it in my head that we were going in for another training session. So so these two kids are shaking in their boots, nearly crying because I'm all panicked, and we go in and nobody even notices us walking in the door, and we just joined the group photo, and everything was fine. But the two kids were still bricking it, because when everybody was getting in line for the photo, they were like, where am I supposed to go? Will I stand here? The big angry Englishman is going to tell me what to do. But it was fine in the end.
It was so funny. Little Hamish, one of my students, walked up in front of in front of Scott's table when everyone was grading, just like he just passed, so he was like all giddy, and he just walked across Scott, and Scott's looking at him like, the fuck is he doing? but then he to get money for his dad to buy the belt, he then runs back in front of Scott's hat. Oh, fuck! And then the third time I was like, Hamish! I'm in the middle of a grading, you little fucker! It's great. So funny. My friend, you need to come back more often.
Yes,
This
I
has
have
been
to,
very good fun having you in the dojo back in Dublin.
Oh, no.
It's very warm in my heart.
Yeah,
I miss
mine
you a lot.
too.
I miss
Yeah,
you a
mine
lot,
too.
my friend. Yeah.
Beautiful time here. I love you so much.
Yeah, I would thank you for coming on the podcast. You're now even more famous. Even more famous.
Thank you. Fame.
Yeah,
So
Juan, for the folks who haven't ever seen him in person, Juan is also a very, very handsome man. And he's got an immaculately well-trimmed beard.
It's very impressive.
He's like, yeah. So you should check him out.
Yeah, you can continue, please.
And if you're in Barcelona, please go train with Didac, train with Juan, train with the guys. They're lovely, excellent karate, lovely people. They're very, 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 very good friends to everyone. So
please do that.
Go to Barcelona, train with them, and don't wait 2 years before you come back this time. Yeah,
Won't happen again.
Oh.